we are very delighted and honored to have your presence of Diego Baraona. So he's the fifth generation of a coffee producer living at the very well-known Los Pirineos farm. You are a young producer that tries to promote a long history of coffee producing from your family. The farm is 1,400 meters and it was one of the first in El Salvador to turn the shift of specialty coffee in the 2000. Parcelization, varieties, experimental fermentations. Nowadays, this reflection is something that you pursue. Awarded Best Producer of Central America in 2023 by the Producer and Roaster Forum. You are a talentful farmer, very well at this with this period this time. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you, very appreciate it. Thank you all. Dr. Sofa, I was really nervous because being among all these like legends and icons is very humbling, it's inspiring. I've been in coffee on me myself for 4 years, so it's just insane to be here with all of you and sharing knowledge. I'm very grateful for this. So thank you so much.
You are part of this legend, so we are very happy to be here. This is something interesting that you start with, is you've been a coffee producer for 3 years. So you made the choice at one point to, you were in Barcelona, right, at that time?
Yeah.
And you made the choice to come back to El Salvador and to take back the family business. That's interesting because we've been interviewing producers that made the choice to become a coffee farmer while they could do something else. Was it the same for you?
Yeah, it's funny because I never saw myself as a producer, even though my father was a legend. My family's been coffee for 150 years. It's a long tradition of coffee, but I never saw myself in coffee. But then my life completely changed exactly 4 years ago, and I was like either stay in Barcelona, follow tech industry, or go back home and do coffee. And my family going back because one, I think I needed to honor the legacy. I think also like, I have nothing to lose. I think this deserves to be challenged. Also, I need a challenge, and I think it's perfect. So 4 years now.
And you're doing great.
Thank you.
All right, so back to Los Pirineos. You grow a lot of different varieties. I know that you have a garden with around 80 varieties.
80 varieties, yeah.
And you actually cultivate around 20, 24?
Those 80, we are cultivating and growing 25.
25 varieties right now. So that is key of specialty coffee, is being able to do parcelization and use different varieties and separate with different processing. So we are going to try 2 different coffees. Just to mention that Diego sent us some coffees that he wanted us to use and that we forget it in Copenhagen. So we didn't lose the coffee, but so we are tasting some new coffees today that you kindly brought to us. So we are tasting a black Pacamara, which is the blue pastille. It's really interesting, I think, to start with this, because Pacamara is such a variety that represents well El Salvador, and especially Los Pirineos is what you do.
Yeah.
We've been constantly amazed by the quality of the Pacamara. Would you like to say a few words about it?
Yeah, so Pacamara also is Salvadorian pride. It showcases what genetics can do if you do some research and DNA testing and you blend varieties. I think you can get inside Pacamara. Made in Pacas and Marguerite, which was done many years ago, and it's really cool because Pacamara was first tried and planted in Pirineos. So it's really beautiful to say that one of the OG DNA of the Pacamara started at the Pirineos. So being able to like reproduce your seed and keeping on going, it's super inspiring as well.
And it's a great variety, and it's a variety that you produce and that seamlessly seems to can be compared to other varieties such as geisha or varieties that are really rare. So yeah, that's a really special one for you here. And the other one that we have is SL28, which I think is really interesting because we tried it a couple of SL28 today. There is always this bright acidity that is really linked to the variety that we can feel from this variety from Kenya. Also a lot of sweetness and red currants from what I feel. Is it something that you are really happy with, the fact that you actually currently work with so many varieties? Do you plan to change it, or?
So far, I think it's cool because we've been able to prove that we can cultivate the varieties that are not native to El Salvador, and they've been working perfectly. But we've understood how we need to treat them all differently. For example, geisha needs more shade, needs to bring more currents for the wind. So then we had also get more shade. So it's honing this like details of these harvest, and it's really cool to be seeing the results, and because it's getting positive. Because of all the diseases and the drugs, we need to like find different ways of working them.
And for the people who have never seen your farm, this is, well, from what we saw in the video, the farm Los Pirineos is just amazing in terms of beauty, and there are all these drying beds that are like beautiful with the mountain behind. The facility that you have in Los Pirineos is key to achieve the result and the consistency that you have in each and every coffee.
Yeah, for sure. I think we've been able to create a process. In this process, like Pepe said, it's nature in the end, so it's almost impossible to like make it perfect and same each year. But this kind of process and system makes it clean, and we are able to maintain a consistency every single year. That way, it probably doesn't fluctuate too much. Yeah.
I think also there is something very interesting with the history of this farm and the work that you pursue. That it's been quite a time. It's been like almost like 25 years that the shift towards specialty coffee has come. And it's actually really successful. Like the farm is going really well.
Yeah.
You decided to take back this homeland. So this is very inspiring as well for us, and very exciting for the future. And I think that you are going to do again outstanding. One thing that is that I noticed and that I appreciably enjoyed, I wanted to stress, is the fact that you launched some private sales, like auction system.
Yeah.
Would you like to speak a
for
little
sure.
bit about it?
So since last year, I wanted to find a new way of selling coffee, like a different channel of sales. So I got into the auction world, and this is going to be our second year. So something I've been like developing each year. It's a different market you took, but I think it's really cool to build something from zero and keep it growing each year. And we selected 9 lots this year, around 100 pounds each, very in lots of all the different copies we have. If you want to join, please let me know.
Yeah, the auction system is something that is linked to the Cup of Excellence, and that we often see in Best of Panama with
Yes.
outstanding outcomes for the lucky, well, not so lucky, but the producers that earn the best prices. And it's something that I saw in Brazil as well, to increase the price for the farmer. Was it your idea to go with this auction system?
Yeah, no idea.
This is great because it's more income for coffee producer and more prize and more glory around this fancy lot that score very high and that you do.
Yeah, because it takes projects gives you like a different marketing, so it's more exposure. I think it's cool to like just get like a different also approach to coffee farming as well.
Yeah, and again, if we compare, and I will conclude on this, but if we compare with wine, while a winemaker can choose the price of the bottles that he wants to sell, in coffee producing, this is not so much the case. I mean, if you are very famous, you may try, but the price is often related to the Kelvin score and according to where you produce the coffee. So being able to separate the cost of production to the actual price that you sell the coffee is I believe key. To get emancipated for this like very buying driver market. So for the producer to set their own price. Thank you very much. Would you like to add anything else?
Ooh, so actually about black honey actually.
Yeah.
Yes, I was inspired also by Pepe initially because we also do a lot of shade drying, and I tried the shade drying. Got really good results in terms of juiciness. The quality just gets really bright and like a lot of sugary. And the mode is for roasted is pretty good because the water activity level with shade drying is very consistent. So the shelf life is really positive in the end during this process. It is much longer for sure, but I think the benefits are much better.
Yeah, this is what we look for. Increase the points, increase the quality, increase the price, and do it better.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Diego, and thank you to everyone. This was the last conference.
Merci beaucoup, restez avec moi. Merci Pierre, super boulot. Merci encore à tous. Il y a quelqu'un que je n'ai pas remercié encore une fois, et qui est en train encore de risquer sa vie sur un tabouret, c'est Fabrice le Seigneur. Voilà. Et c'est un compagnon de voyage régulier avec qui on prend beaucoup de plaisir et avec qui, et d'ailleurs, les producteurs préfèrent Fabrice, et ça c'est comme ça. Fabulous Fab, we call it the origin.
Je voulais juste, au nom de nous tous, remercier Christophe Servel, qui est à l'initiative de ce projet et qui a souhaité et souhaite au quotidien générer des événements filières plus larges qu'un pur intérêt mercantile pour une entreprise. Et c'est un peu pour ça qu'on est là aujourd'hui. Évidemment, Terre de Café est comme les autres partenaires derrière ce projet-là et on y dédie du temps. Mais avant tout, l'idée c'est d'en faire un événement pour élever le café de spécialité, pour élever la conscience du café de spécialité, pour remercier les fermiers qui nous font confiance en nous vendant leur café aussi. Donc voilà, c'est un très bel événement filière que j'espère qu'on parviendra à continuer. Et il est à l'initiative de Christophe, donc je vous souhaite un merci.
Buvons les vins de